today I am here to show you my book haul for August. I have gotten a ton of books this month, and most of them I just kind of picked up in miscellaneous places. Most all of these are used, except for one, I think, but I got some really nice books that I'm really happy with, so I'm going to share them with you. Beginning of the month, I went and I purchased this book, Ruin and Rising. This may have been the end of July, but I'm counting it in my August book haul. I can't remember exactly when I bought it, but I read it in August, and it was fantastic. I always hate when I read like a YA book that I know is really corny, but then I still love it, and I'm like, oh, you shouldn't like this, but you do. Oh my gosh, all my favorite books are like that. Anyway, this book was super awesome. It was the third book in the Smoke and Bone, no, in the Shadow, the Gersha trilogy. And it was third book in the Gersha trilogy, and it follows the main character who has to defeat the bad guy, who is also really hot. I should keep my opinions to myself from now on, and it was awesome. Also, towards the beginning of the month, my library was having like this small little book sale. People donate books, and they sell the ones they can't use. Anyway, the books I got there was a copy of 1984. I actually already have a copy of this, but this was a nicer copy, so I was like, I should get it. And then I got another copy of Lord of the Flies. I already have a copy of this as well, but the cover was just so cool, I couldn't pass it up. So now I have 2 more copies of books I already own. I keep hoping that I'll find like a really nerdy book friend who just wants to read everything I want to read, and we can like read together. So I get like 2 copies of everything. I don't really know what my problem is. And this is a book I also picked up. This was at a yard sale. It's Natalie Babbitt's Tuck Everlasting. When I was around, I think it was maybe 9, 10, this was my favorite book like on the face of this planet. I probably read it like 8 times. I cried during the movie like every time I watched it. I think I only watched it like once or twice because it made me cry. This was like my favorite book, and I haven't read it in so long, so I found it and I was like, oh my gosh, this was that book. It's about dealing with the decision whether or not you could live forever and should you choose it, and it's a really fascinating book. At least it was when I was 10. So I'm gonna give this another try. Then I also picked up 2 J.D Salinger books last weekend at a yard sale. This is not the copy of Catcher in the Rye that I bought at the yard sale, but I did buy another copy of Catcher in the Rye. It had a cooler cover than this. And then I hadn't heard of this, but it's called Raise High the Roof Beam, Carpenters. Yeah. I've never heard of it before. They were like $1.50 or 50 cents each, and it made me happy, so I bought them. More recently, like today, I picked up a few books at a yard sale. The first 2 books is a beautiful cloth-bound, small little collector's edition book of Dracula by Bram Stoker's. And then I got another matching Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I knew who it was by. Yeah, it's been a long day. These both like match, and I also have a Crime and Punishment just like this, and it's like one of my favorite books. So these are like beautiful and my new favorite things ever. I also picked up this really pretty copy of The Odyssey by Homer. It's just beautiful, and it's one of those books that when you open it, it just falls open, and so like this spine doesn't crack, and I am just in love with it. It is beautiful. That was like $1. Anyway, I've been really fascinated with Kurt Vonnegut recently, so I picked up this book, The Bamboo Snuff Box. I believe it's like a short story collection. I'm not really sure. I have this odd fascination with Kurt Vonnegut, even though I've never read any of his books. I've been trying to make my way through Slaughterhouse-Five, but I haven't made it past the first page because I don't know why. Gosh, I love yard sales. Cover is alright. The spine makes me angry. It's boring. But Kurt Vonnegut, guys. This is probably one of my favorite things I also picked up. It is a collected, the collected works, I guess, of Oscar Wilde. I think it's the Barnes & Noble collection, which I guess you can tell is kind of old because Barnes & Noble, I believe, went out of business. Didn't they? I can't remember. I like it. I see quotes by Oscar Wilde, but I never have actually tried to read any of his works, so I'm really excited about that. I spent all day organizing my bookshelf. This beauty got a very honored spot. Anyway, I got quite a few books this month, and I'm so happy that I spent like less than $5 on all of them. Except for Ruin and Rising. I did pay full price for that. I had to get my hands on this book. the library took like 2 weeks and it never got it to me. So I was like, you know what? I give up on this. The book's been out for 2 weeks. I must go buy it. So I did. I have regrets. It was a great month of reading, and I will be uploading a reading wrap-up review next week. So I can't wait to see you guys again. I hope you guys have enjoyed my little rambling video of bookish holly stuff-a-majig. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye!